hello, my loves. Happy Sunday to you. It's Sunday, so you know what time it is. It's time for your Sunday service soul food spiritual tea session. That's what time it is. It's time for your divination, baby. It's time for your community collective council. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whenever you encounter this. If you are seeing this, there's a message in here for you. If you are live watching this, you are right on time. If you are watching this as it's been posted and recorded, you are right on time. If you catch it in the middle, if you catch it from the beginning, if you catch it in the end, you are right on time. Good morning, my loves. Good morning, my loves. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you. Hello, Dane. Good morning, Web of Word. Good morning, Tia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, all of you. Good morning. I have no idea what time zone some of y'all are in. Y'all be surprising me. There's some, I don't know, one of you was in some part of the world. I think South Africa last week. I have no idea. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good middle of the night. Hello. It's your favorite auntie uncle. It's your favorite goddess king. It's your favorite pirate captain. It's your favorite hood healer high priestess, motivational dominatrix, lady speech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you to your reading. I want to welcome you to your reading. Now, you OGs already know what to do. If you are not new to this, but you are true to this, go ahead and leave me. You know what? A butterfly. You know what you need to do. Leave me a butterfly. Leave me a purple heart. Leave me a blue heart in the comments. If you are new to this, if you are new here, if you've only seen one or two readings, you just now started following me, put a caterpillar in the comments. Put a green or yellow heart in the comments. Now, my OGs already know what's happening here, so y'all go ahead and get comfortable. Grab your comfort items. You already know what's up. I'm gonna start bringing. I've been taking you on a tour of on a tour of my crowns. I might take you on a tour of paddles because this be some spankings, some spiritual spankings. But my OGs already know what to do. Go ahead and grab your comfort items. Get your waters. Get your tea. Get your drinks. Get your food. Get your snuggies. Get your blankies. Take your notes. Get your notepads, all that good stuff. For my newbies, I'm going to introduce you to the process. Now, first and foremost, this is a divination. This is a reading. So I'm going to be using cards and things to read that set, to read you. I'm going to read that ass. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read you from the front to the back, from the rooter to the tutor, okay? This is about spiritual counsel. This is about divination, all right? So let me introduce you to the process and the tools. First and foremost, we've got a affirmation box, all right? I'm going to pull at random. This is literally a box of affirmations. It's a box that has song quotes, parts from the Bible, parts from the Quran, parts from other holy books. It's got lyrics. It's got all kinds of things, quotes. So I'm going to pull at random from this box, and we're going to do a call and response thing if you're in a position to do this, which means I'm going to say it, and then you're going to repeat it. That's right. We like to do this over here because we've been taught to use our words to speak down about ourselves and others. So we're going to take some time to speak some life into ourselves with the affirmation box. Okay? All right. So now I am a high priestess studying to become a mambo, which is a high priestess in voodoo. I'm a reverend. My spiritual cord is thick. I'm always surrounded by my spirits, my protective angels, my guides, my ancestors, the Orisha and the Loa. But when I do these readings, I bring my rock friends. So let me introduce you to my rock friends, baby. First off, we've got the crackle quartz in the building. This is going to help negate that negative energy, okay? That negative energy that some people follow, give to me. Because not everybody who follows me loves me. Some of y'all be hate following, which I don't understand. But for those of you who might be trying to shoot me some negative energy, I got some crackle quartz for that ass. We've got some golden healer quartz in the building. Yes, we do. This is that golden healer quartz. If you are looking for a stone to help you get your heal on, This is the one you need to bring. And this reading right now is going to be heavy on the healing. So I thought this was we would need this energy tonight. All right. We've got the fluorite in the building. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. You've seen it 3 weeks in a row, and I don't care. I love it. And lastly, I was thinking about my home, Denver, Colorado. So this is a quartz that my homegirl pulled out of a river in Colorado. So I just was feeling that the mountains are my place. I love the mountains. I love the mountains. You know, like some people love the ocean. I love the mountains so much. So I'm just thinking about home. She pulled this out of the ground. She pulled it out of the river when she was there doing ceremony and having fun. So I'm thinking about her, and I'm thinking about, so I brought that quartz. All right, those are the rock friends. Let me introduce you to the cards. Today we're going to be working with the Naked Heart Tarot. We're going to be working with the Goddess Oracle deck. We're going to be working with the Angels and Ancestors deck. We're going to be working with, hold on. And we're going to be working with the African Goddess Rising deck, okay? So those are the cards that we're going to be working with today. This is the process we're going to go through. Let me check in with the comments. First and foremost, I want to welcome Katie to the fold. Thank you for joining the Sugar Honey Dumpling crew. Thank you and welcome. Jessica, thank you and welcome. We got 2 new members. Welcome, Honey Bunches. Welcome, Honey Bunches of Oats. Welcome, Sugar Honey Dumplings. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We gets down over here. From a Sugar Honey Dumpling crew, just know that there will be another coloring and Q&A video coming up soon. I believe Friday worked for me last time, so we're going to do Fridays. It's going to be another coloring live session and a Q&A session. You can ask me some questions, okay? So heads up for that. Let me check back in with these comments. Good morning. So many OGs in the building. Oh, I can only go back so far. Oh, well. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Lady Small. Good morning, Jennifer. Congratulations, Jennifer. You moved into your door. Yes. Make sure you energetically clean that place, okay? Get you a cinnamon broom and put it above your door. You can get a tiny cinnamon broom. We're coming into the fall season. Get you a big or a tiny cinnamon broom. Hang it above your door, okay? Or what you can also do is put it, hang it upside, place it upside down by your door for that good protection energy, okay? So make sure you just and cleanse your space on a regular basis, all right? So you can spiritually protect yourself, okay? But congratulations on moving into your dorm, honey. Congratulations. Good morning, you beautiful people. Good morning. Remember to take care of each other in the comments like you always do. I'm always proud of my comment section. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all be answering questions. Y'all be giving your expertise. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, let's get it started. Daughters of Darkness, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you caught it. In front of said thought, I am a high priestess was an affirmation. So literally started saying that. Oops. I love it. It's all good, baby. It's all good. It's all good. Philip said, truly missing my Colorado home. Yes, yes. I woke up really missing the land today. I woke up really missing that Colorado land today. So, good morning and hello. Well, my beautiful loves, buckle up, buttercups. Strap yourselves in. Keep your hands and feet inside of this ride at all times because we're going to take a journey today. Welcome to your weekly divination. I'm going to go ahead and pass the collection plate. That Cash App is LadySpeech. That Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. That PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Always feel free to show financial appreciation for my labor, baby. Also, thank you in advance for the super chats and the super thank yous and for the super stickers. I want to thank everybody who's done it in the past. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $1, the $2, the $5, the $20, however much you give me. I appreciate it all. All right, you love bugs of love and goodness, peace, joy, and delight. Let's get this party started, Sugar Honey Dumplings. Let me take a sip of my tea. This is not tea. I brought sparkling water today. You know I'm either drinking sparkling water or tea, baby. Let's get this party started. We're going to begin with that grandmother energy. Okay. That's what we're going to begin with. We're going to begin with the African Goddess Rising deck. Please know that when this video is posted, I will be putting all of the decks in the description so you can get your hands on these decks. Always remember to support local if you can. So go in and get you these decks from your local apothecary, botanica, or magic store. Okay, and then if you can't find it there, order it. All right. African Goddess Rising deck. We begin with Nana Buluku, which is all about seasons. It's the end, my dear. The end of an era, the end of a relationship, the end of a season, which also means it's the beginning. It's the end, my love. It's the end. And it's time for you to govern yourself accordingly. It's time for you to govern yourself accordingly. This is the end of a chapter, my dear. This is the end of a thought process. This is the end of a thought pattern. This is an end of a way of life. This is an end of a way of thinking. It's the end. It's the end. It's time for you to say goodbye to some things. Some of you, all of us actually. Here is your homework for the week. Write a eulogy. I'm going to do this too. We'll check in about it next week. Write a eulogy to yourself. What needs to go? What relationship do you need to give up? Relationship with a person, relationship with an entity, an object, a relationship with a thought process, a relationship with a situation. What relationship needs to die? Is it time for you to move? Is it time for you to leave the place that you were in, within the state or outside of the state, or to another continent, in another country? Is it time to let go of that toxic family? Is it time to start a new chapter, end your career path, and start a completely different new one? Is it time to go back to school? Is it time to admit that school ain't your thing and leave school? It is the end of an era. It is the end of a chapter. You need to say goodbye. Write a eulogy, say goodbye to it, and then burn that piece of paper in ceremony. Rip it up in ceremony. Send it down the river in ceremony. Say goodbye. Give the parts, the things that need to go, a funeral. Read them their rights. Seasons. It's a new dawn, my love. It's a new day. It's a new life for me and you. So it's time to lean into that. Confront the fear. It can be very scary. It can be very scary picking up and doing something different with yourself, with your life. But it's time to do it. And Grandma, Nana, Buluku is here to tell you that you can do it, that you can handle it. You have the grandmothers beside you, behind you. Lean into your ancestors. You are not the first person in your lineage to have to do hard things. To have to do hard things in order to get to the greatest versions of themselves. It's time for you to get into the greatest version of yourself. The next phase is here, and you need to lean in. And that grandmother energy is here to guide you. This is not about being reckless either. This is not about being reckless. No. This is about using your wisdom, using what you've learned. This is about using your spirituality, leading into your prayer meditation, praying about it, divining on it, doing your magical spells around it. But it's a new dawn. It's just seasons, the end of a season. And I think it's fitting that we're approaching equinox. We are approaching a time in the seasons, at least in the United States of America, at least where I am on this continental space. Fall is here. We are moving out of that spring. We're moving, not that spring. We're moving out of that summer energy. We're moving into that fall energy. Seasons, my dear. Let's keep going. We're still in the African Goddess Rising deck. We have Urzuli Dantor, etheric chords. to really punctuate this message, we have Urzuli. And in this case, she has her divine dagger. She is the protector. She is the Lawa. She is the Lawa of children and mothers. During the Haitian Revolution, she was instrumental in protecting mothers and protecting children. In this incarnation, she brings the message in these cards. She brings the message of cutting those cords. We talked about an ending, a new beginning. Some of you need to cut cords with old relationships, and some of these are relationships that you haven't had physical contact in a while, but that energetic cord is still active between you, and you need to cut those cords. Be it with family members, be it with co-workers, be it with exes, be it with whoever it is it needs to be with. It's time to cut the cords. It's time to end the things. We can still be, even though separated from a situation, even though separated from people, we can still very much be connected to it by that energy. So I would suggest a cord cutting releasing ceremony. It's time to release. Spirit is asking you to step into a new season of your life, a better season, a version of yourself. So this means things need to be let go of. There is I believe it is a Toni Morrison quote. I believe, I'm not too sure. But the basis of the quote is, if you want to fly, you gotta give up the shit that is weighing you down. If you want to fly, you got to be willing to give up the dead weight. You gotta be willing to give up the dead weight. Let's see, Spice Kitten brings up a very good point. Remember to unravel the cords after you cut them, y'all. Yeah, unravel these cords, cut and get in. And what I'm taking and the interpretation with Spirit is leading me to speak on that is like really get into like how those cords got. It's beneficial oftentimes to look at how those cords got created, so that you can stop yourself from creating those cords with other people and other times, or recreating those cords. You know, a lot of times we do magical work and we don't do the intellectual, we don't do the psychological, we don't do the healing work behind the magical work. I have seen people do cord cutting ceremonies and then go right back to that person because they didn't do the internal work around it. They didn't address codependency issues. They didn't address a lot of things, whatever it is. All right. Make sure you understand what happened here. You know, assist your magic with your healing. Okay, assist your magic with your healing. There's a lot of times, and let me put you up on game real quick. A lot of times your manifestation ain't coming through because spirit wants you to do additional work to get that. So say a lot of people will do love work. So spirit will say, okay, I got you. I'm going to bring you some good energy. We're going to bring you some love work. However, you need to look at where your heart has been hurt by love. You need to examine where you have been damaged by love. And you need to do something about that. Because if we bring you this good relationship, we bring you a healthy relationship, you from your end are going to do nothing but damage it if you don't address your healing. And then if we don't do that healing work, well, Spirit is like, I can't give you this love if you're not going to do the healing work I'm asking you to do. If you are a person who does magic out here in these streets, I want you to remember that the best thing that you can do to enhance your magic is to heal yourself, is to work on yourself, is to do your healing work. Understand who you are. Understand where the cracks exist. Okay? Just do your healing work. You know, this work magic doesn't require perfection. You ain't gotta be perfect, and it ain't, and you can't be perfect. But assist your magic by doing your healing work. There are times when we do abundance and money manifestation work, but you've got crazy thoughts around money. You've been taught crazy ideologies around money. You have a crazy, and spirit is like, okay, we're gonna give you these opportunities to make a bank, to make all this bank, and to make a bag. But you need to examine your frivolous spending. You need to examine this, like, and if you don't do that work, sometimes you block your blessing, sometimes you block your manifestation. So that's that on that. That's that on that. Back to the card. Cut the cords. Cut the cords, cut the cords, cut the cords to the old relationships, cut the cords to old situations. Some of you need to cut the cords to your old self. Some of you need to cut the cord to your old self. Let me say that again. Some of you need to cut the cords to your old self. Come here. Come here. Lean in. Lean in. Lean in. Come here. Come here. I know. It's gonna hurt just a little bit. Come here. Come here. You're not who you used to be. You've grown, you've changed. Cut the cord to treating yourself like crap for the things you used to do. You ain't that same person. You ain't that same person. Yes, that is a foundational part of who you used to be, but that's not who you are now. Cut the cord to that. How about that? How about that? Cut the cord to that. Okay? Okay, now you can go sit back down. Cut the cord to that, alright? Alright, cut the cords though. So that's your homework. Yeah, I told you to write a eulogy. In the first card, I said write a eulogy. Looks like Spirit wants us to be reborn. Looks like Spirit wants us to die to some things, and so that we can stand up all the way in the living life, giving power of who we are in our situation. Okay, cut them cords to who you used to be. Cut them cords to them situations. Cut them. And again, a lot of times, like you've already left the relationship, you've already left that, but you haven't severed those cords. You're still, people are like, I'm still thinking about them. I wonder where we cut the cords. You ain't thinking about them because there's love between you. You're thinking about them because that cord is still active. Cut that cord and be done and be gone. Okay, all right. Let's do some affirmations. Cash App is LadySpeech, Venmo LadySpeech, Sankofa, PayPal LadySpeech, Sankofa at gmail.com, baby. Y'all doing all right in the comments? I'm going to check in with the comments in a little bit. You doing all right in the comments, baby? You doing all right in the comments? You're doing all right in the comments. All right, I grabbed a couple. Well, get them out. I put them on the other side of the affirmation box. All right, now let's do some affirmations. Repeat after. Oh, wait, this one. Okay, repeat after me. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept myself for who I am. This says, I deserve good in my life. Repeat after me. I deserve good in my life. 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 I forgot to introduce the crown. You've seen this one before. This is the obsidian. This is the obsidian one? Yeah, this is obsidian. This is obsidian. This is obsidian crown. It's delicate. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's growing out of my head like the spikes. I love it. Let me check in with the comments. Comments. Let me check in with the comments. Comments. Let me check into the comments. Comments. Let me check in with the comments. Comments. I had a little metal moment right there. Hello. Good morning, good people. How y'all doing? The Spice Kitten says, what a crown. Oh my God, gorgeousness. Thank you, BB. Hello, Taryn. Hello, Amanda. Good morning, my loves. Good morning. Philip said, I'm feeling I need to end my virtual lover. We've always been long distance, but we've become stagnant. If it's time, it's time. If it's time, it's time. Okay. Sorla. I feel like I got it last week. I need to get it again. Sorla. Sorla. Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right, please. Said a week ago I wrote out a message I have to send that to that person I absolutely need to let go of. I just haven't been brave enough to send it. I think I've just got my cake to get it done. Get on with it. Yes, baby. And remember that you don't need to always be brave. Remember that. Remember that, folks. Like when it comes to cutting cords, when it comes to doing anything in life, there is sometimes that the spirit in the universe is going to ask you to be brave. And bravery is doing it without fear. It's about the need to confront your fear and do away with your fear before you do the task. But a lot of times, spirit is going to ask you to do it with courage. And courage is about pissing your pants and doing it anyway. You could be as scared as you want to be, but just get it done. You could be as scared as you want to be. Just get it done, okay? So you got this. You got this, baby. You got this. The Spice Kitten said, right on the nose. Thank you. Shun said, a word. Jennifer said, damn, spirit really calling me out. Been doing grief work this whole week, even while moving in. Yeah? Keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Heal and receive it. That's what Michelle said. Yep. 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 All right. Coming from my neck. Naomi said, here from a weekly spanking. I heard that. Oh, Taryn said, wow, so purging the material things out of my life and moving on this month. Thank you for the validation from Spirit, my King. You are welcome. You are welcome. All right, good people. The reading, we just gonna keep going. Okay, now I already know. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just do another affirmation real quick. Because this one is about to come for your neck. So let's just. I have a confident mindset. Repeat after me. I have a confident mindset. 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 Okay, now let's get into the naked heart. The Four of Cups. Where are you putting your emotions? Where are you putting your emotions? Where are you putting your emotions? How are you allowing people to influence your emotions? Where are you investing your emotions? Listen, I am in no way advocating for you to be a cold, unfeeling bastard. Please don't do that. And also for some of you, the message is you're too much in your coldness because of your trauma. You've been cut off, you're numb, and that's not good. That's not good. And we need to address that and get the healing on. But where are you putting your emotions? What are you investing your energy into? That's energy, and that emotional space is valuable energy. This is a call out. What are you investing your energy, your emotional energy into? What? Just address it without judgment, without judgment, and then ask yourself, why are you investing? Why is your emotional focus where it is? Without judgment, and address that. Address it. Address it. Lots of us are running. What you running from? You running from pain? You running from your grief work? Are you running from your grief work? Are you running from your grief work? Are you running from confronting? People often ask me, shadow work, how do I begin shadow work? A lot of times, shadow work begins for a lot of us in the emotional sphere. Us needing to confront sacred rage, sacred sadness. See, all of that is sacred. It's not just your happiness that's sacred, my dear. It is all of your emotions that are sacred because they're part of your human experience, baby. You gotta feel. You gotta feel. You gotta feel. I'm sorry. You gotta feel. A lot of us work on love manifestation. I will do love work with people, but It's about really making themselves available and for love, and oftentimes that's about healing. Okay. If you are manifesting love in your life, be it agape love, spiritual love, and I always say that, like, work on manifesting all the loves and the romantic love too. Um, you got to be able, if you're going to feel the fullness of love, you have to feel the fullness of all of your emotions. It's going to require you to feel all of your emotions. And if you are running from your shadow work and your shadow emotions, you are not going to be able to really embrace and experience that full depth, that full breadth of love. That is going to get in the way of that love manifestation work. Where are your emotions? Why are we cut off? Address it. Apply the healing in that situation where it needs to. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. If you are not in a safe space to express your emotions, then address that, and let's make some plans to get you into a space, a safer space, so that you can express yourself. All right. But some of these emotions are blocking you, or clouding you, or blocking your blessings. You need to feel those emotions, receive those emotions, accept those emotions, and then release those emotions. Because that's the thing about emotions. Like, they gonna come around again. So, like, release, release, create the flow. Some of you need to work on the flow of your emotions, being able to feel it, accept it, receive it, release it. you know so where are you investing your emotions? Some of you, how are letting outside forces affect your emotions too much? Get up on your get up on your protective work. Okay. Some of you are too invested in other situations or with people. Do some emotional protection work. Okay. Do And some of you, that's what you definitely need to do too. Emotional protection work. You are in situations like a job or a living situation where you can't get out of right now, and they are taking an emotional toll on you. So it's important to protect your emotions. It's important to protect your heart. And it's not just for people being malicious. Sometimes people are overwhelming in what they're sitting in, sometimes overwhelming in their misery. you know so protecting your emotions, looking at what's influencing your emotions. Let me tell you something. I learned a long time ago that visually watching the news was not good for me. That is not a good way for me to keep up with new things. And so I don't watch the news. I do see and I do get news. I do get news, and I won't say I don't watch it. I don't watch the news on a regular basis. I do receive my news differently. I've learned that I need to learn my filter. I know this world is a terrible place. I know that there are lots of terrible things that are happening to indigenous people, to black people, to women, to trans people, to gay people. A lot of people. There's a lot of struggles. There's war. Like, I understand and I'm clear. I also know that there is beautiful things. I also know that I cannot feed myself a diet of that. I am emotionally invested. I'm here. I cannot. So I have to protect that emotional space. Now, again, I don't run from those things. I don't run from the reality. I don't run from the realities of the situations of hearing bad news. I don't. It's not that I don't do that, but there are ways that in which we have to go about protecting ourselves. Okay. And protecting our hearts and protecting our emotions. Even with some friends, even with some family, there are times when you don't have to give up a relationship, but there's times if you know that someone if they are constantly in a space of turmoil, there's a way that you have to sometimes you have to emotionally distance yourself from them. You don't gotta physically distance yourself from them, but there's times where take extra measures when dealing with them. If it's about wearing certain crystals that help you regulate, it's about doing certain coping mechanisms to help you regulate, so you're not so attached and invested in their stuff, and their emotional state isn't affecting you. So yeah, it's interesting. Also, empaths. It's this regulating your emotional space is really important for empaths. Like being able to like come out of that. I literally have a workshop that I've been teaching for the past 2 years. That is, I just advertised it on my community, and this I didn't try to connect this, but if you're looking for a workshop to help you, but regulating and understanding where your emotions are being invested into is going to be very important, especially for empaths. Understanding your emotional currency, how much of it you have, where it is going, where it is coming from, who is affecting it. Handle your business. Where are your emotions? What's going on with that? Okay, okay. We got the Ace of Swords. Mentally, where you at? Where you at? It's time for new ideas. It's time for clarity. It's time to cut through some messed up thinking. It's time. This is an overhaul. We began with new seasons. We began with the energy of rebirth. That it is the end of an era. It is the beginning of a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new space. This is how we began the reading. This is also going to mean energetically. This is also going to mean mentally. There are some of you who need to confront. You need to confront the way you bully yourself. You need to confront the way you mentally bully yourself. Confront it and let that go. Thought processes, thought patterns, this idea of you can't do it, this idea you can't make it, this idea that you can't create your life, this idea that you can't start over, this idea that you can't choose happiness. You gotta check it, look at it, and destroy it. You need to mollywop that. You need to beat it up. That thought process, yeah. Yeah, you need to confront it. You need to let it go. Time for You need to make some space for some new ideas. It's time to do things differently. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's time to do things differently. And that means your mind is gonna have to expand. It's gonna have to grow. It's time to learn new things. It's time to unlearn a few things. Unlearn a few things. Unlearn a few things. It's okay to look at your past self and go, whew, that ideology, that thought process, that thing that I was thinking is not actually where it's at. I was wrong there. I was taught the wrong thing. I learned the wrong thing. When you know better, you do better. What's influencing your thoughts? What's influencing your thoughts? What is influencing your thoughts? Even though a part of my stream of income is online, I curate my feed. I'm very particular about what I'm taking in. I've never been a creator that was about follow for follow. Never ever gonna do that because I'm very particular about what I need to see coming back at me. I don't watch things that are anti-black, that are fat phobic. Like I curate. I don't even. I'm friends with people in real life that I'm not friends with them online because I don't like what they do online because it's not. I don't like what they talk about. I don't want that on my feed, so I don't see it. But we're friends in real life. I understand. I spend a good amount of time online, and so I need to see things that affirm me. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't have differing opinions. I have differing opinions on my page. I see things that challenge me. I don't. It's not like I am surrounded by yes men. I don't just participate in things, or don't just allow myself to see things that I don't like, and I allow myself to see my things that challenge me because that's life. But things that are directly hateful, nah, I don't. I cure because my mental space is important. These things work as programming. Eventually, over time, what you are constantly viewing is programming to some level. That's how your brain works. So, what is feeding you mentally? What is feeding you? What books are you reading? What's your music feeding you? What's the TV shows? Like, what's check it, address it, check it, address it, check it, address that. All right, let's do some affirmations. Again, that Cash App is Lady Speech, that Venmo is Lady Speech Sankofa. That PayPal is LadySpeech@gmail.com. Always feel free, excuse me, to show financial appreciation for this labor. Let's do some affirmations, okay? This affirmation says, I have a lot to be thankful for. Repeat after me. I have a lot to be thankful for. 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 This affirmation says, it's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. Repeat after me. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. Just call me Luscious says you are being real loud right now. It's the spirit, honey. Veronica said I just clicked on and I'm only in the beginning of today's service and I'm in tears on the first card. Yeah, honey, it's rough and wild over here, but we healing. But it's rough and wild over here. Oh. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Checking in with the comments. William said, I need to learn how to protect my emotions and protect myself from taking on other people's emotions. Sometimes I realize that emotions I'm feeling don't even belong to me. Yes. And it's important when I'm talking about protection work, you need to do your protection work not just physically. Like your protection work, you need to be thinking about protecting you emotionally. You need to do protection work physically. You need to do your protection work mentally. You need to do your protection work, not just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Yeah, on all four bodies, digitally. Okay, when you go, you're lighting your protection candles, you're doing your protection spells. There's things that you need to physically be doing to your space to protect your house. There's also things that you can physically do to yourself and to protect your emotions, from the wearing of like your consecrated oil formulations to your spiritual baths, to putting your spells on yourself. I always talk about doing a self altar, and like part of what I when I'm working on my self altar, I'm working with that emotional energy, all the energies, and working to protect myself. So yeah, honey, y'all need to be. And in today's reading, spirit is really heavy handed on the emotional protection piece and the mental protection piece. Y'all need to protect your mental space. Protect your mental space, okay? Protect your mental space. Okay, protect it. Be fierce about it. Okay, if you are around someone who's always negative, who's never positive, like you have the right to limit your space around them. All right. Again, shameless plug for the empath class. For you empaths, like I talk about the fact that I've got 7 tips and tricks to help you not be a spiritual cum dumpster. A lot of y'all, the job of an empath is not, it's not this job that's it's a hard job, definitely, but you're not a martyr. Like I am very much an empath, and spirit is not asking you to be a martyr in being an empath. And a lot of us, because this society benefits when empaths are not empowered, it benefits when a lot of narcissists and a lot of narcissistic personalities benefit when empaths are not empowered. So we are, everything about this society is about encouraging empaths and people and highly sensitive people to be doormats. The society does not support that at all. So it is in a, learning how to protect your emotions, learning how to protect your mental space is going to take you far. And like again, this reading is heavy on those two things. Step up your mental protection, step up your emotional protection, and part of that is looking at things and seeing with how they're affecting you, sitting with it for a second. Sitting with it for a second. One of the most powerful things that I did, even though like part of my streams of income, part of what I do is part of my work is on social media. One of the most powerful things I did is I turned off all notifications. I turned off all notifications on social media. So I don't get notified about nothing. I don't get notified about Facebook. I don't get notified about Twitter. I don't get notified about TikTok. When I had Instagram, again, if you're not following me on Instagram, that's a whole scam account. Um, but I don't have no notifications for that stuff because I'm already gonna be on it. I'm not gonna. I don't need to be even that of being emotionally hit with like notifications and I gotta respond to this and my mental health is much better when I just get on it. When I get on it, I know I have a job to do, so I'm gonna get on there and do my job. So and I happen to enjoy my job, but like I also like I gotta protect my space. That's too much. That is entirely too much. It gets way overwhelming, and I'm completely neurodivergent on space. Like I'm not. That really drives me crazy. Protect your emotions, guys. All that to say, I've harped on that long enough. I've harped on that long enough. Good morning, Moon Pumpkin. Good morning, readings with Gigi. Olivia said, my ancestors coming at me, giving me spanking. Yeah, Paradox said, they're not pulling any punches today. Yeah. Shadows and Secrets said, I'm here for my Sunday roast. You know what? You know how you notice how I didn't say, now this is gonna be a soft one today. I had the inclination to say that, but I was like, quit lying to these people. It's never soft. I'm literally just gonna bring a paddle from here on out. I'm gonna have a special Sunday service paddle. I'm just gonna be like, here we go, everybody, bend over. Take your licking. Keep on ticking. Let's get into some affirmations. This is why I do the affirmations too, because it's you don't need to. We don't. We you need a rest. Sometimes I need a rest. I be getting spankings too, right along with you. I need a rest. These affirmations come in handy. These affirmations come in handy, so we can all be like, okay, let's take a breath. Oh, speaking of, okay, the universe has jokes. Do y'all? Am I the only one who be seeing what the universe be doing with these affirmations too? Because I genuinely do just pull them at random from the box. So like, the universe has jokes. Spirit is really fucking present and potent. Like, because you know what this affirmation says? It's a quote that says, "It's okay to cry." I just talked about the fact that we getting spankings, and the universe like, oh, we know, so it's okay to cry. The information box got jokes. Spirit really just said, go cry about it. I cannot. And now I'm actually crying from laughter. let me tell y'all something about magic. Like when you get deep enough in your crowd, like this happens. Like, Spirit do got jokes. Spirit do got jokes. Oh my god. This is not necessary. We just talked about when you're getting hammered today, and Spirit's like, yeah, go grab out. And like, it is actually a good message. Like, we should be doing more crying. It's very releasing. But still. Oh, God. People be thinking, like, Spirit is just light and love, and it is, but God is sarcastic as hell. Spirit is oh, oh God, that's a lot. I need to focus. Okay. It's okay to cry. Repeat after me. It's okay to cry. 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 Oh my god, that was hilarious. I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees that. The affirmation box be acting up. The affirmation box be acting up. It's a whole spirit in its own thing. I put too much energy into it, now it lives. And they be talking back. Oh my god. Alright, repeat after me. I love my positive, happy, abundant life. 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 All right, let's check in with the chat, and then we'll keep going with the cards. All right. Catherine said yes, a visual warning. I think that was about the paddle comment. I'm gonna start bringing the paddle. I'm gonna bring like my favorite paddle, one of them. Oh. Spice Kitten says no, it's hilarious. Catherine said nope. We see. I'm glad I'm not the only one who be seeing how like the affirmation box be got jokes. I see the universal jokes and it's absolutely hysterical, and I love the cosmic punchlines. Exactly. Shadow said I cannot with being the butt of jokes today. Jessica, it's okay to cry. Stop it, Lois. Oh. Yeah. We are. Thank y'all for being on this wild road with me. Thank you. You know, spirit is a lot of things. It's this lifestyle is everything good and wild. And I would not change it for the world. All right. Let's move into the ancestors and angels deck, okay? We have this snake energy, all right? And this is about shedding old skin. How did we begin this reading, my dears? The first card was seasons. The first card was Nanabulake. Excuse me, Bulaku. The first card was about the fact that we are ending something and we are beginning something. The snake energy reinforces that. It's time. It's time to shed old skin. It's time to shed old thought process, old emotional attachments. This whole reading has been about protecting yourself emotionally, and investment, where you invest in yourself emotionally and mentally, protecting yourself emotionally and mentally. And this has also been about newness. It's been about change. It's been about ending. Things are done. It's time to let go. you ain't that person anymore. Sit with that. I really need a few of you to sit with that. Hell, there's parts of myself that I need to sit with that. You are not that person anymore. Quit operating. There's some of you out there who have been operating on survival mode, and you are in a position of thriving, and it's time that you sat down and acknowledge that and move yourself out of survival mode. Move yourself out of survival mode because you're not there anymore. You're not there anymore. Confronting that emotional space. Where are you emotionally? Are you still back at your trauma that happened 10 years old? Are you still there? Are you still reliving that emotional thing? It is time to do the healing work so you are not reliving that every single day, so that you can pull yourself, so that you can grow yourself to the emotionally appropriate age that you should be. All of that is a part of shedding old skin. The question of where are you investing your mental energy, where are you investing your emotional energy, you need to answer that question, because some of you need to stop investing certain emotional and mental energy in those spaces so that you can use that energy to empower your future. Some of you have not been great people in the past, and you're not that person anymore. Some of you did what you did because of addiction. Some of you did what you did because of abuse. Some of you did what you did because you didn't know no better. There wasn't no one around like raising you, telling you to be a good person. Some of you did what you did because you were raised to be that. And you have healed, you addressed yourself, you are working to be a better person. You have worked to be a better person. You are a better person. Quit. You ain't who you were 10 years ago. And even if there's nothing bad or traumatic, you're not who you were 10 years ago. You're not who you were 5 years ago. You're not who you were 3 years ago. You're not. You've grown, you've shifted, you've expanded, you've changed, you've learned, you've unlearned. You are new. It's time to celebrate that. At the beginning of this reading, I told you to go and write a eulogy to your old self. Once you're done writing that eulogy, I want you to get rid of it ritualistically and safely. Burn it, send it down the river. And then I want you to write a welcome letter. Write a welcome letter to everything you're bringing into your life. Write a welcome letter to all the things that you're welcoming in, from abundance to love to joy to more fun to new relationships to new thought patterns to new thought processes. It's time to shed the old skin. We're not going back there. We're not going back there. I want to cry for some reason. I just got really emotional. I don't know why. It's going to happen. I know why. Because, there's some things that, that I'm letting go of, that I've been letting go of for the past few months. And it is literally time for me to lay it to rest. It's time for me to lay it down. And I've got this really bright future ahead of me. And I am surrounded by so much love and so much goodness. And my life is really beautiful. And it is time to officially lay some things to rest, some things that are 20 years, I had for 20 years, but I don't need them anymore. And I'm not even scared. These things have just been things of comfort. They have been things that I used to become who I am. And I'm so grateful for who I am. But I no longer need these things to be. I am firmly who I am. So I no longer need these things at all. They are useless space. So I feel this. And if you are afraid, I understand, but really there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. You should just lean in. Lean in, honey. It's time to shed it. Some of you have been wearing the protective army of weight, like physical weight around you, because you have felt unsafe and you finally need to acknowledge that you are safe. Some of you have been wearing protective aspects of your personality. Some of you have been really, really mean because you have not felt safe, and you're in a safe place, so it's time to not be mean. You don't gotta be such a bitch. Some of you wear aspects of sarcasm like armor, and it's time to not. No matter what it is, some of you are being asked to move into spaces of leadership. I know I am. Spirit is literally asking me to wear the biggest hats, to go the furthest I can go, and to speak on the highest levels that I can get on, and that I'm supposed to be on. So it's just time. It's time to step into all of your glory. You know what I'm saying? It's time to shed all the skin. Some of you are attached to your sadness because that's been your MO for so long. That's been I'm the sad girl. I'm the sad boy. I'm the depressed. Well, who am I without my depression? Who am I without my without being sad all the time? Who am I without being angry all the time? Who am I without that? I'm the angry one. I'm the angry one. Like, there's a lot. There's some of you've been you whatever it is, or I'm the educated one. Who am I without this high paying job? Maybe, I mean, maybe your soul has been telling you this is not who you are. Maybe you did all the things that society tells you that you were supposed to do, and you're looking at that and going, "Well, this is stupid." Like this, I don't like it. Whatever it is, like it's time to just shed the old skin. And I know it's a lot, and sometimes it's scary. For some of us, we don't want to do it because we're scared, and some of us we don't want to do it for the reasons like I said. It's been who you are. It's been like I've always had this yellow jacket. And spirit's like, but it's time the yellow jacket is done. But you're like, but it's I can still wear it. And spirit's like, yeah, I know, but you're not supposed to. You don't need to. I have a whole new yellow jacket that actually fits you better. It fits who you are now. That jacket fits who you used to be. So it's time to give it up. Um, and you look at universe and you're like, but that brings me comfort. And spirit is like, yeah, and this new jacket will bring you even better comfort. So some of us don't want to do it because we're scared. Some of us don't want to do it just because we're really comfortable. But there's a new level of comfort that spirit is trying to get you accustomed to. And you can't get to that unless you just let go, shed old skin. So it's just time. 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 We have the White Witch, be the light. Now, the White Witch in this card, in this incarnation, really embodies that maiden energy. And this is about, again, protecting your emotions. Some of us are in situations, a lot of us actually are in situations where we have to go to work or we have to be in the midst of folks. It's like being dropped in a vat of nasty, basically. It speaks to the importance of protecting your emotions, of protecting your spiritual space, because we got to move out in that world all the time. You can't completely isolate yourself, but it is going to be extremely important that to protect your light so that you continue to give the light. I curate my social media. I'm very particular about who I allow in my world, how I allow them in my world, because I know that part of my job is I do function as a battery, and I enjoy what I do. It comes natural to me to do that. But in order to do that at the highest degree, like I need to make sure I'm feeling good, and not just, and even outside of everybody else, I know what it is to experience the depths of depression and despair. And so I don't run from those feelings. I process those feelings, but I work hard to make sure I protect myself from the unnecessary influences that will mar that light. So being the light is about, this card is really about protecting your light. This card is really about making sure that you are putting your protection work in, that you are curating your world, that you are saying no. When you recognize energetic vampires, say no to them immediately, okay? But this is also about doing the things. Like I talk about crystals of the week, but I hope you look at those crystals. Please know that they don't just sit on my in my room, and they don't just sit there on my altars. They come with me. I work them in my mojo bags. That I use them as part of my practice. Even with like I say it very jovially, but I do bring the rock friends for a reason. There are people who hate watch me. There are people who do not like me because I say what I say the way that I say it. I don't only that's just one layer. I'm not just that's one layer of protection. Not to mention, y'all don't know the candles I light. Y'all don't know the rituals I go to, the things that I do to cover myself and to protect myself from those energies. So big do utilize your prayer, your ritual. Utilize even just the way that you live your life, that to build in these layers and these pieces of protection. It's not just the one thing that you do, it's the layered thing that you do. Doing your yearly protections around your birthday, you should always be doing something big, something, and it doesn't need to involve a lot of people to be big. It doesn't need to last 18 hours to be big, but you need to be doing your yearly protection rituals, doing your monthly things, your daily things, your all those things layer up and help you and insulate your light, because darling, you need to shine it. You need to shine it. You need to shine it. You need to shine your light. You need to shine your light. So you need to protect it. And there's a common verse that says some folks recognize the light, but they can't handle the glare. And that's true. There will be people who you shower love and affirmation on, and they, because they've never felt the warmth of the sun, they will view it as an attack. If you've ever been out of the sunlight for a long time, I remember when I started working at the treatment facility, um, I spent 5 years of my life not in the sun in the summertime, and that was foreign to me. Like, and we would take the kids outside because of the way the building was and things like that. I just wasn't in the sun that much. Like, I would go in before the sun was up. I would only get like maybe 30 minutes of sun a day, and then I'd be out in the afternoon when the sun was at its lowest. So that first year after I was done with that job and summertime came and I was out in the sun, it hurt. It hurt. Like, I could not be out in the sun for a long time. And I'm melanated and lived in the sun before that. Loved the sun before that. And I was literally like, woo! I had to acclimate myself to being up under the force of the sun for a long time again, okay? Sometimes your light is received like that. And there is nothing you can do about that except for protect yourself and keep shining. You can't let that stop you from shining. There are some people who will hate you because of your light, because it hurts, even though that's not your intention. You got to protect yourself. There are some people who literally do not like me because I'm an empowered femme black person, because I'm an empowered gay person. Don't forget I'm pansexual, people. Because I'm an empowered gender fluid person. I use the pronouns he, her, they, them, he. I can't stop shining my light because someone don't like me. I can't stop shining my light because they don't like the way that I speak. I can't stop shining my light. No, because do you know how many messages I get? There are people who literally hit me up and say, you helped me get through the week. There are people who have broken down so deeply and so clearly. Y'all have done it. Y'all have left comments on my YouTubes and like, no, dude, what you have said made me go on a journey. And I am in a completely different space 2 years later because of some things you said that sparked me. I'm not going to stop shining my light just because someone cannot handle the glare. I'm going to go harder because of the positive things it can do and it has done for people. I must protect myself. And I call for protection from those who love me too. I call for assistance. I am not too proud to understand that we need help. And my real ones assist me in that, in those prayers of protection and covering me in those rituals. And that is felt. You need to be the light. You need to shine because you have no idea who is blooming up under your sunlight. And also, honestly, being the light is the best. It feels the best for me, even with the hate I do receive because of it. I feel far better and I have far more days where protecting my light and being the light is beneficial for me than I receive backlash from it. So be the light you were born to be. Be the light you were meant to be. Be the light that your ancestors need you to be. Be the light that this world needs you to be, honey. Because we are in times. We are in crazy 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 times. All right, repeat after me. Let's do some affirmations. I am blessed. Repeat after me. I am blessed. 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 Repeat after me. Energy spent loving is never a loss. 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 Let me check in with the comments, baby. Let me check in with the comments, baby. Let me check in with the comments. Michelle said, "My first church with you, baby. My first church with you. It's speech, and I'm loving every second of it. I finally found out who I was looking for. I accept this with gratitude. Thank you. You are so very welcome. Welcome, Michelle." Philip gave an ashe. Hello. What is it? Calypso 101 said, "Okay, I heard my name." Raven just got here. Thank you for being here this morning, LadySpeech, sending positive energy to uplift you today. I appreciate you, Raven Felt. Thank you so much, my dear. Moon Pumpkin said, "I suddenly became a co-parent a couple of months ago, and I've been resisting. Spirit is telling me to lean in. Yes, lean into it, baby. It's new shit here. It's new shit. Lean in, Moon Pumpkin. I love you. I love you, my friend. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, John Dylan. I hope I said that right, John Dylan. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, Sugar Honey Dumpling. Oh, Catherine said spirit broke out the baby powder for me and said you wouldn't listen to me gently a lot earlier. Yeah. This reading is smacking a lot of us around. This reading has been smacking a lot of us around. Shadows in Secret said, "I need to take myself out on a date. It's been too long since I've treated myself." Yes, you do. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because I meant to take myself on a date last week and I didn't. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that this week. And I thought about that actually yesterday. I was walking away from the shop and I was like, I really need to like go treat myself. I need to put on some sexy clothes and just go drink some champagne. I've been wanting some champagne. I'm like, I need to go drink some champagne. Have like a 3-course meal somewhere and just like luxuriate in my own company. So go take yourself out on a date, okay? And then report back here, okay? And we need to hold each other accountable. So I will go take myself on a date out too, okay? So you go take yourself on a date, all right? Calypso said, "You are so loud today." I know. You see, I'm gonna start bringing the paddle because we just every time I think it's about to be gentle, we get handled. We get put up against walls with these readings. Thank you so much for your super sticker, Taryn. I appreciate you. Marissa said, "Just got slapped." Wow, that just slapped me in the face. Yep. 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 Moon Pumpkin, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Michelle said, "Everything during the sermon has been serendipitous." Yes, 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 yes. Did you ghost yourself on your date? I did ghost myself on my date. I did. But I'm going I'm not going to ghost myself this week. The Gemini said, "How do you have the confidence to go out alone?" You know what? It is when it's you for me it's about making it about you, centering yourself. I find that a lot of times when you are scared to go out by yourself, a lot of times, not all the time, but for a lot of people, that comes from them centering other people. Me going out and taking myself out on a date is about me centering myself and my pleasure and me focused exclusively on that. And so, by being focused on my pleasure and my enjoyment, it's not about confidence, it's about giving myself the experience. And I can't have the experience I want if I am, focused on what other people might be thinking or what they might be going through or what they might think of what I'm doing, out there. And so, yeah. And you know what? It's interesting. I have met like so many cool people on my self dates. Like I end up meeting like the coolest people on my self dates and getting friends, or even like it's interesting. I have been asked out on dates on my self date. So that's a trick. You want to manifest love. You want to manifest. That's like, oh, if you actually, and I've done it. I have never actually, yeah, free game. You can use that as a manifestation tactic because that completely works in like if you want to go out on more dates with people, take yourself out on a date, take yourself on the date that you want. And like and I end up getting asked out, or I meet cool people because people witness my enjoyment. I go to a restaurant that I'm really hype about, or I do an activity that like really brings me joy, and I'm an expressive person, so people can tell. Like if I am enjoying it, I don't care what you think. Like I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna like bask in it. I'm gonna like take in everything, the smells, everything. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna do whatever. And so like usually people respond to that. I respond when I see people out having a good time. I be like yes, like so people respond to that. But yeah. So really, if you're having a hard time like taking yourself out on a date, center yourself. Center yourself and do something that where you are just the center, and focus on that and try that. Self dates are where it's at. Self dates are where. Oh wait, where's my live chat? There it goes. All right, I love it. Okay, did we do affirmations? I don't know. We're gonna do some more. If I forget, when in doubt, do some more. 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 Okay, the universe got jokes again. Listen to the affirmation and repeat after me. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I believe I can be. We were just talking, never mind. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I need to be. Repeat after me. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I need to be. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I need to be. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I need to be. I now step out of my comfort zone and become the person I need to be. Little Spice Kitten said, "Lo, your affirmation box is a comedian by itself." This is what happens when you put energy into something. It lives. This affirmation box is now alive. I'm convinced. And has gotten in on calling us out. Really? This affirmation is out of pocket after the reading we have had. This affirmation is out of pocket. Let me tell you what is wrong. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I believe I can be. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I believe I can be. Jesus Christ. Jesus Demarius Christ. God damn it. Someone said we're all targets now. Like this box has no chill. This reading has no chill. I feel like I got come for. Like you might be entitled to compensation from this reading. This KK is coming from our necks. It's coming from our necks. I've been unalived like 8 times during this reading. Repeat after me. All my relationships offer a positive, loving experience. 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 All right, good people. Let's keep going. These are the last cards of the reading. This has been so. This has been no chill. This reading. Tap in. We are using the Goddess Oracle decks, and this is the Shakti reading energy. The reading. This is the Shakti energy card. All right. So, with that being said, plug in. What are you plugged into? So this reading was heavy on the like, where are your emotions at? Where is your mental at? What's going on with that? What are you invested in? Protect yourself mentally and emotionally. But now we're also in Shakti is about what are you plugged into? What are you plugged into? What are you plugged into? Your spirituality needs to be a battery. It needs to be a battery. It needs to be a battery. Okay, the people who your spiritual guide, your gurus, they need to be a battery of some sort. They need to be feeding you. Okay, listen, I am currently studying to become a mambo, a high priestess in voodoo. Okay, my teacher, every time I speak to him, he gives me life. He gives me life. My Ogan gives me life. Do you understand that? Every single time I speak to him, it gives me life. Your teachers need to be pouring into you. Okay, your spirituality needs to be pouring into you. The basis of my spiritual practice across the board is the earth. Is the earth itself. The earth gives me life and I give back to it. I give a whole lot of energy. I give a whole lot of energy to my spirituality. I give energy in the form of money, of buying supplies, of paying people for readings, of paying like I give a lot to my spirituality. But my spirituality gives me literal life. It has not only saved my life, it has helped me to advance my life. The more that I advance in my healing and in my spirituality, my quality of life has improved. Day to day, year to year, moment to it has improved. So, what's feeding you? What's feeding you? My social media feed gives me life. When I go on my TikTok and who I follow gives me life. Who I'm following on Twitter gives me life. I very rarely have moments where like people are acting crazy on my feed. And if it's maybe one person that slipped through and or they shifted and changed and like, but what is feeding you? What are you plugged into? What are you plugged in? What is giving you life? Every interaction you have gives you something. There's an exchange of energy with every interaction you have with people, with places, with inanimate objects. Everything gives you life. So what are you clicked into? What are you plugged into? A lot of times with a lot of empaths, I watch empath. There are times where people are like, empaths, my life is so horrible as an empath. But then I watch who they hang around. I watch the things that they're listening to, and I'm like, that's why you ain't you are plugged into some BS. So you of course you feel horrible all the time. You're plugged into horrible things. Like get up and move. Like literally when you have the control to do so, do you let me tell you something. I love me some ratchet music. I love me. Two Live Cruise, Hoochie Mama came on the other day, and I was like, that, ooh, the beginning of that song winds me up. Okay, I love it. Okay, I love it. Am I also very clear that listening to that all the time would wreck me? Yeah, because is it misogynistic? Yeah. Like, yeah. So, is that also a genuine part of me? Yeah. I am light and love and all of that. And that music is attached to a part of my life that is significant that I'm never going to deny. And my development from learning about misogyny and confronting my own internal misogyny includes that. So I'm never going to deny that. I'm never gonna, but I also understand that listening to that all the time, listening to that stuff all the time, that ain't good for the soul. That's not good for the spirit. What you can it's like having a healthy diet. All right, eat the vegetables and the fruits if you have the privilege and the money and the means to do so, but also like a little chocolate every now and then. Do it. It's good for the soul. It's good for the spirit. You have some chips every once in a while. God dang, like everything in moderation, including moderation. What are you plugged into? What are you plugged into? You can have a little ratchetness, but what are you regularly pulling your energy from? What's feeding your energy? What's feeding that? Okay. What are you plugged into? What are you plugged into? And this is, again, what are you plugged into? So the books you're reading, the social media you're consuming, the type of programs that you're watching, the type of people that you're hanging around, and yeah, what are you plugged into? The great thing about altars as a spiritualist is that, like, they act as centers, they act like plug centers. They act as ways for you to direct your energy. You know, by having a self altar and by working my self altar all the time, like, I've created this cord. I've created this energy flow between me and my altar. And like, and that represents me, the energy flow between me and my ancestor altar. Okay, Caleb said I can have a little ratchet as a treat. Exactly. Little ratchetness is our treats. Honey, because I like a little ratchet TV, baby. I don't watch cable, but baby, I will find some love and hip hop on cable and just geek out. Or not on the internet, and I will geek out. I'll be like, y'all act crazy on here, and I love to see it. But I don't watch it all the time because it would make me depressed. It would make me absolutely depressed. But every once in a while, a little ratchet TV gets me good. Gets me good. Okay. What are you plugged into? What are you plugged into? So like, that's going back to that altar situation. Like, building altars and having that gives my energy, gives me a place to plug into, an intentional place to plug into. When I wear my mojo bags out, and when I create my mojo bags and I wear them out and I utilize them, it gives my energy a place to plug into. Okay, so like, when you create plugs for yourself, that when you manufacture plugs and create these cords for yourself that work for work for you in a positive way, that can help you maintain your energy and focus your energy and keep you from plugging into things that aren't feeding you. Okay, so as an empath, that's a thing too. Like, being an empath is not about being passive. All right, so a lot of empaths, it's not, you don't have to be passive in that job. But part of what you need to do as an empath is plug into good things. Like, as an empath who I've got some really great, I've developed these abilities. I don't have the ability to just feel. And I learned this as an artist. I can influence a whole room. If I want y'all sad, I can make you sad. If I want you angry, I can make you angry. This is how I'm also effective as an activist. Like, I know also how to put the feelings out and make a lot of people go in a lot in what in the directions, and not just feel it from a lot of people. But because I know understand what I got going on as an empath, I'm very particular and very intentional about where I plug into energy. Okay, and like, what is feeding me. All right. So, Shakti energy. What are you plugged into? What are you plugging into? What is feeding you? What is, just like we are, think of it, I always think of it, the analogy of the fact that we are cell phones. You can watch Hulu, Netflix, streaming services all day on your phone if you plug it in. But if you don't plug your phone in, at some point you can only watch a few hours, a few episodes, a movie or two, and then your phone's gonna what? It's gonna die. So as an empath, even just not as an empath, what are you plugging into? Okay, what are you plugged into? Again, I've got that empath workshop. That is, I'm teaching it at the end of the month. If you can't make this workshop this time, I teach this workshop on a regular basis. This has been a part of my repertoire for the past 2 years. I've taught this workshop. So if you can't make it to this time, but you can go to biglizconjure.com to sign up for that. That workshop is $80. And again, it is at the end of the month. I believe it's the 25th. It's the 24th or the 25th. I'm teaching two workshops. If you go to my community post on this page, you can get all the information for that. And also, I will leave the link in the description box after this reading. I'm very mucusy today. All right, good people. I'm going to check in with the comments in a little bit. We have Sophia, which is all about wisdom. So we begin this card. We begin this card reading this divination. And the beginning of this was all about seasons. The fact this is an end of an era. And you are being tasked with moving into a new part of your life, moving into a different part of yourself. Sophia reminds us that everything that you've experienced, it has been an offering toward your wisdom. Sit with the good, the bad, and the ugly of what you've gone through and what you've lived through. There is a lesson in everything, and every lesson is a blessing. Lean in and learn. Sophia is about trusting your wisdom. You're moving into a new space. You're moving into a new part of yourself. You're being asked to step into the greatest version of yourself. You need to understand that you are smart. You are intelligent and you have wisdom. Yes. Is there still more for you to know? Yeah. Could you benefit from teachers? Yeah, we can all benefit from teachers. I'm over here. I'm always on the search for a good teacher, honey. As much as I am a good teacher, I'm always in search of a good teacher. You are so smart. You are so intelligent and you know so much. Trust the wisdom that you have in the new situation that you're in. I know it's scary stepping into the leadership. I know it's scary stepping into these different versions of yourself, but you already are coming with so much intelligence and you will learn more and you will become even better. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes. All students make mistakes. That's how good students become good teachers too, through your mistakes. If you got it right all the time, you'd be one arrogant bastard. You have a lot of wisdom. And you got it from a lot of different places. You might not have a PhD in anthropology, but you have a PhD in your life. You have a PhD in your experiences, your street smarts, what you learned from your trauma and pain, what you learn from the books, what you learn from just observing people and thinking. That's valid and it's wisdom. And you can always enhance it. Yeah. Go read some books about things. Go study. Go talk to people who know more. Go find some mentors. Go find some teachers. Go find peers that you can learn from. Go speak to kids because they're super smart and they'll teach you some things. Expand on your wisdom, but just know you got it. You got exactly what you need to not only begin your journey in this new direction in your life, but to go for quite a long time. So trust yourself, trust the wisdom that you have. And remember that mistakes are part of this. Failure is part of it. It's part of how you gain wisdom. Some of the greatest lessons that I've taught to people came because I messed up so deeply in my life. There have been ways that I've been able to stop people from messing up so deeply in their life because of the wisdom I got from my mistakes. All right? So trust the wisdom that you have. It's going to carry you through this new situation you're being tasked with. Think of it like this. We've all graduated, guys. We've graduated high school. We've graduated spiritual high school. And we are all valedictorians of our classes. We've done so good. And now it's time for you to be a freshman in college. And you don't know nothing. But you do know something. You have the foundation from your spiritual high school and everything you've learned. So use that and sit in that. And use that as foundation as we enter into spiritual college. Shed the old skin and know that you have exactly what you need up under that. When a snake sheds its skin, is it scared? No, it has a whole body up under it. Fully formed. Functional even. You got this. You got this. When those crabs get new shells, they're not scared because I mean they literally when they molt, they have a whole body. Their new body is there. So you got what you need. You got what you need. And now the really what you got to do is let it go. You have what you need. You have what you need. You have what you need. You have all the wisdom. You got what you need. Now it's time to shed the old skin. Let's do some affirmations, baby, baby. Let's do some affirmations, baby, baby. Let's do some affirmations, baby, baby. Doing some affirmations. All right, repeat after me. My sexuality is holy. My sexuality is holy. Whatever your sexuality is holy as hell, okay? My sexuality is holy. 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 Catherine said, I'm scared of the affirmation box. The way these affirmations be standing on our throats. These affirmations, the affirmation box just kicks us like with love. I feel like it like smacks me and then hugs me. And it all happens so fast. Like you're like, you get hit. And then like you're pushed into the bosoms of love. And you're like, what's going on? The affirmation. Oh, the affirmation box is hilarious. It's alive. It's alive. All right, and so this is for my melanated people. If you don't ain't got no melanin, just hold some space. Repeat after me, my melanated people. My melanin is magic. 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 Oh, I'm gonna check in with the comments. I'm gonna check in with the comments. Taryn said, seriously, going to start dodging the affirmation books. Smack! Shh, shh. That's literally what happens with the affirmation box. We just get hit and then like, and we keep coming back for more. Oh my God, the Gemini, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I love you so much, Moon Pumpkin. I love you. What did I say? Wanya Doobie said, this reading couldn't be more on point. Been looking back, seeing on the guilt, remorse, and contraction I've carried, forgiving myself, changing the narrative. Thank you, Auntie. You are so welcome. And you know what? You got this. You absolutely got this, baby. You absolutely got this, and your whole entire spiritual team got you. So remember that. Remember that, remember that, remember that, remember that, remember that, remember that. Kariki said, your nail decor inspired me. I copied your nail style. Thanks for the inspiration. You're welcome, baby. I love that. Thank you. I love it. Well, good people, that is the end of your reading. Thank you so much for being with me on this roller coaster ride today. I don't want to take up all your time, but I just want to take up whatever time Spirit told me to take up, so that's what happened. If you were here at the beginning of the reading, you were right on time. If you were here at the middle of the reading, you were right on time. If you were here at the end of the reading, you were right on time. Y'all really showed out in the comments today. As always, y'all support of each other is wonderful. What I did not expect with this YouTube community is the community that we have here on this page. Okay? I really did not expect that, and I wasn't looking for that. And I am so pleased with what. And I'm honest, you guys. Like I'm active on Facebook. I'm active on TikTok. I'll be active on Instagram again when I get my official accounts back. I'm active on Twitter, not as much as I should be. But this is really the first time I've ever had this type of community on a social media space, and I think this is just what YouTube does is wonderful. I can't wait to be on Twitch and do do the things on there. But thank you for just taking care of each other in the comments and so deeply, and just for checking in. Y'all be knowing each other's business. Y'all check in on things. You like, is your grandma okay? Last week you said your grandma was going through it. Like, yeah, we be taking care of each other. So thank you so very much for doing that. Thank you for all of you who just follow me to follow me. Thank you for all of you, the new members. Welcome to the new members. I want to remind you that we will be doing a coloring Q&A session. So that is going to be a members only chat. The video will be available to everyone. You can watch it, but it will just be for the members only to ask me some questions. And we're going to do some coloring. So bring your coloring books. Let's relax. Let's do some self-care. Use that as a time to do some self-care. Use it as a time to do some, what you got to do. So I love you. Share this video with whoever needs to be shared with. If you are watching this video on the record, you're right on time. Whenever you're seeing this, and if you're here, something was for you. So I love you so much. Y'all are wonderful. Please go take care of yourselves today. Do some self-care. This was a lot. I'm gonna be working on my eulogy today. Actually, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Sundays are my chill day. I like to chill. So I usually have these readings, and then I'm in my bed chilling. I'm going to go get some food, and then I'm going to kick it. Okay. But I am going to end. I have a phone call with my cousin, with my favorite cousin. So that is going to bring me so much joy. So I'm going to talk to her later on tonight. But yeah, I'm going to just chill. So go do something to work. Do, if you can, like, do some self-care. Okay. Do some self-care. Okay. I love you all so deeply. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. That's all I got. Mwah, mwah. You guys are lovely and wonderful and divine. And on that note, I will see you, God, Goddess, Lawa, Universe willing, in the next video. Mwah, 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 mwah. Peace.